Welcome to the 20th annual Gates of Hell. And this year our competition came a little early with MedFlight and Chicago over there.
Wait, what Chicago?
Chicago was playing at Frost Theater. And we do have the moon up.
Yep. Okay.
And we delayed start a bit to allow people to get through for traffic. I'm going to start a poem. I'm going to start with one poem and then whoever wants to go. So I'm going to start. Unfortunately, I can no longer read off paper in the dark, so... Okay, this is a poem that's pretty wet, but I'm going to read it anyway. And I call it the format of Poet's Bitch Poem, Exile. Silver scooter parked, slid neatly between a Beamer and Mini Cooper on Bryant Street in Palo Alto into Bell's Books. I walked out of the San Jose rooming house, of unlocked doors, clouds of burnt marijuana, puddles of cheap beer, boxed blood wine leaning over counters, edged cliff, 2-day-old whiskey rot gut, slime shine coating the sink, clutter of half-filled bottles leaning against each other, almost frozen in jagged-edged kisses, cloaked in forest of handprints, smudges of these empty people. The house sits in the territory of 13 gangs, and in the last 8 months, 2 murdered bodies were rolled out of the alley 150 yards from our Oak Street gate. By Bell Books windows, my first whiff of the old books and journals in their silk bindings, once in my hands, caress the paper jackets, pick up and hold and flip through pages, my eyes sucking in the typefaces, the heavy dark stained tables and cases, bronze bookends and table statues, a temporary stretch from San Jose's magical thinking rituals of just one bolt in the latch attached to the long fat gate on Oak Street will keep the keep safe. The street barbarians and punks out of the wide open doors well past midnight, and the empty veiled sign, protected by, will bar entrance through the 2 unlocked gates facing Vine. San Jose is the new world of digitized plastic and drugs. Its great works written in C++, basic HTML, kept in Unix libraries. We're thinking if thought is also digitized, and 90% of all the cars, vans, SUVs, and trucks are silver. Where waiters and cashiers are just that, waiters and cashiers, period. Palo Alto still has some old world of books on shelves, hardbacks no less, not just ones that can be downloaded into yet another silver box. Thinking keeps room for the analog too, and waiters and cashiers are on their way to something and somewhere else, and less than 90% of the cars are not silver. But I must confess, my computer is silver and my scooter is too. So who would like to go next?
Intermission, but if there is no intermission, you tell me when.
It looks like, is everybody read? Does anybody want to read anything else? If not, it's Eve's potato time.
I'm gonna go get potatoes.
And while Eve gets potatoes,
I have more lollipops.
we have lollipops distribution over here.
Plenty of them.
And I want to say thank you for attending the 20th annual Gates of Hell.
20th annual.
Yep, it's been 20 years. As Steve said, compressed to 20 days. Thank you. And we will commence again next year in August with maybe the closest Saturday before the new moon, the full moon. So we have the moon with us during our read. It was nice to have the moon here.
That's right.
And I have to admit, it's been colder than usual. And I hope the potatoes help.